Terry. Correct your Scott. Okay, so I'm going to talk a lot about Innistrad as I try to explain Theros, because Innistrad is the closest comparison to how we made Theros. So, Innistrad was all about, we wanted to show you the world of Gothic horror. And so we spent a lot of time and energy trying to do a top-down design. So Theros is the exact same thing, just replace Gothic horror with Greek mythology.
How's that going to work?
Let me remind you, as was true with Innistrad as well, we are not doing Greek mythology, we are doing a magic world inspired by Greek mythology. So we are doing our spin, magic spin, on what Greek mythology, how it inspires our world. So it's a magic world. We're not doing straight up Greek mythology, but we're doing our take on Greek mythology. Now, the other thing that this is comparison to Innistrad is, Innistrad was the first time that I, as lead designer and head designer, worked with Eric Lauer, who's the head developer. And Innistrad was the first time the two of us, I did the head design, he did the head development, and we worked together. Theros is the second time we've ever worked together. Okay, meet Heliod. Heliod is god of the sun. He's one of the 5 major gods of Theros. So one of the goals of this product was, we said, we want to capture the feel of Greek mythology. And we had a whiteboard, we wrote everything you could think of on the board. What does Greek mythology mean? And what we finally realized is, you know, the #1 thing that stands for Greek mythology is a pantheon of gods. There will be no way to do this without them. So Theros block has a pantheon of gods. This is Erebus. He's god of the dead. So one of the things we figured out was that if we're going to make magic meet Greek mythology, we needed to take the core of Greek mythology, which is a pantheon of gods, and the core of magic, which is the color wheel. So there are 5 major gods in the pantheon. I'm sure you can figure this one out. I showed you the god of the sun and the god of the dead. So obviously we have married the gods, the pantheon of gods, to the color wheel. And we are doing a lot of fun stuff with it. This is Nylea. She is god of the hunt. I'll let you figure out what color she is.
Why?
Yeah. Belly buttons.
One of the things we did when we tried to make the set is we wanted to figure out different mechanical themes that would play into this. So it turns out there was a mechanical theme that players have been begging us to do for a long time. And in fact, we've only done it once, long, long ago. And that was an enchantment block. So for those that have been paying attention in Magic 2014, there are a lot of clues that there's an enchantment block coming, because Dave and his team made sure there were a lot of enchantment-friendly cards there. So this set does have a strong enchantment theme. And that enchantment theme is tied thematically to the gods. Now, I'm not going to tell you how we did it, and I believe that we will surprise you a little bit, because it is not the most obvious way to do it. It's not just enchantment matters, which is how in the past we've done this kind of thing. But we've really, one of the things that I think Magic's strength has come in recent years is we've gotten really good at making our gameplay part of the flavor of the set. And that we have found a way to take enchantments and help bring the gods to life. Okay, of course there are gods, but Greek mythology has more than just gods. Greek mythology also has heroes. And so, look, you're not going to get Greek mythology without heroes. And so one of the things that we decided we wanted to do, when we did Innistrad, what we did is we sat down and we said, okay, what are all the horror films and horror books and horror TV shows? And we thought of every possible trope of horror, if you will. So when we did Theros, we did the same thing, except we took Greek myths. And we did research, we did a lot of research on what exactly is Greek myths. And not just the actual Greek myths, but we looked at pop culture and said, what are people, what are the popular things that pop culture has done with Greek mythology? And we really played around with that. And so what you will see is, as an example, here's a hero killing a minotaur. Hint, hint. We are doing a lot of that kind of thing. Now remember, in Innistrad, we didn't do Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. We did the Scholar and the Brute, right? We did our version of them. And so this set, you will not see the names. We're not doing Greek mythology, we're doing Magic's version of Greek mythology, but you will see a lot of iconic tropes that you expect to see. Now, another important thing about doing the design, and something I've been pushing very hard for, is because I want design to be part of the flavor, meaning I want the gameplay itself to make you feel the right thing, we spend a lot of time figuring out what is the mood and tone of Greek mythology. Now, in Innistrad, the mood was one of dread and horror and terror. We wanted you kind of afraid. That's what horror is about. But we decided that Greek mythology is about adventure. It's about achievement. It's about, accomplishment. And so this set is built in a way that really lets you kind of play the role of the hero. And that the hero's journey is a very important part of the Greek myth. And our gameplay will follow that. Now, today is not the day we're going to tell you all the mechanics. That comes later. But I'm trying to give you a hint of the kind of mechanics we're going to do. Now, because we're doing Greek mythology, that does mean that named things are important. Greek mythology is full of lots of famous people and things, and the legendary super type will be used, not as much as Kamigawa, but a little bit more than average. Because Greek mythology is about classic, iconic things and people, and you definitely will see that in the set. Okay, now you can't do Greek mythology. Yeah, you gotta have your gods, you gotta have your heroes, and you need your monsters. And one of the reasons that we're attracted to Greek mythology is nobody does monsters like Greek mythology. Greek mythology has a very deep, deep well of monsters. And so one of the things we were trying to do when we built this set is to make sure that we gave the monsters their own due and did something special with the monsters. And so the way I like to say it is, we took the monster dial, we turned it up a little. The monsters in the set are a little scarier, a little bigger, because we want our heroes to have something to fight. Because heroes can't be heroes if they don't have something challenging to face them. And so we wanted to make some awesome monsters. So any Minotaur fans in the audience? Woo! So one of the differences between this set and Innistrad is Innistrad had a very strong tribal theme. This set, the tribal theme is not nearly as strong. But I will say that one of the tribes we play up the most is Minotaurs. So if you like Minotaurs, this block is for you.
If any of you are members of the Magic Minotaur Anti-Cruelty Society, you may be vindicated in this block.
If you want a Digeridoo, this set might be for you.
Woo!
Okay, so there are 5 mechanics that are going to appear in Theros. 3 of them are brand new, meaning you've never seen them before. One of those will be associated with the gods, one of them will be associated with, and one of them will be associated with the monsters.